Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio on Sports 56, 96.1, and 98.5. Now, here's your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Hardin.
What is up on this White Monday? Welcome into Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your good buddy, Johnny Radio. Y'all know my good buddy, Gabe Kuhn. Follow us. Follow me at Johnny_Radio on Twitter. Follow the show at Sports 56 WHBQ on the Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and IG. And you can also check out my buddy, Gabe Kuhn at G_Kuhn71. We're hanging with you. We're going to talk Tigers, man. We got Tiger news. Guess what? Tigers didn't play. Tigers didn't play. Tigers are not going to play. No Wichita State Shockers. It's not going down. We're going to talk Tigers with Terry Davis at 2 o'clock today. We got a little maneuver we're doing with you. Melissa McFerrin, by the way, also retires as the women's basketball coach. So we'll talk about that. A lot of Tiger talk. 2 o'clock, Terry Davis. 1:30, my buddy Jake Crane is going to join us. Very important stuff we have to talk about. I'm fired up, to be honest with you. I love talking SEC stuff with him, and especially I got to talk about this Vols basketball team. Also got to talk about Ole Miss basketball, making that money on some Ole Miss. And yesterday, Michigan coming back and beating Wisconsin. What a game that was. We'll talk some college basketball, some hoops. I got baseball news for you. Teams. Which teams won the offseason this year, Gabe Kuhn? Your team, surprisingly, I think is the St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, it should be, right? Didn't you live there?
It is. It is my team.
I actually have them in my top 5 off-season, like winning the off-season winner.
Nolan Arenado does a lot.
I was getting ready to say he's very, very top-heavy. Adding Nolan Arenado, an 8-time, an 8-time Gold Glover, a 4-time Silver Slugger is definitely going to help you out. I'll give those rankings and other things like that. But first and foremost, I got to remind you again. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm about to go get in the box. There's all kinds of things going on. Oh, yeah, New Orleans and Memphis tomorrow night. No Grizzlies news. Hey, Kentucky won a basketball game this weekend. Did you know that? Holy cow. So I guess hell did freeze over. Look outside. It's crazy. It's crazy. The world is crazy. But I got to tell you this. Gabe, for the last 30 minutes, do you know what I've been doing?
What have you been doing?
I've been working on the show. But I've been also working on trying to get us rich. Do you know what I mean by this at all? You know, I'm always got us a quick get rich quick scheme going on.
What's the newest one?
Have you heard about the lady in Nashville?
Which lady?
All right, this beautiful lady lives in Nashville, very wealthy. Her name is Miss Doris. Her and her husband, Bill Doris, they love their dog Lulu so deadgum much that when they passed away, and the last one, Mr. Bill, just passed away, so both of them, but his wife had to make sure, hey, you got to make sure you take care of Lulu. They left all of the money and the house to the dog. So can I adopt Lulu and get the $5 million in the house? Or is somebody already got in line for that? Like, they're dead. The dog can't take care of itself. It needs somebody. It's got $5 million a house. I didn't know you could leave a house and $5 million to an animal. Like, I thought this was a joke. This is real deal Holyfield. All up in Nashville. It's not far from here.
What happens when the dog passes?
Well, I hope he has I hope the dog has a will.
Is someone taking care of this dog?
Like I'm being dead serious. I've been reading about this for 30 minutes trying to figure out. It's unclear. By the way, this is the last sentence of the paper. It says it's unclear what happens to the money if Lulu were to pass away and some of the $5 million were left. Hold up. Wait a minute. It's a chopper, an 8-year-old dog. I'm just going to tell you, an 8-year-old dog, correct?
It's got a few more years.
Like maybe
at best, right?
Like an 8-year-old dog, can it blow $5 million?
So it's 7 years for each year as a dog year, right?
I guess
7.
Dude, I just got dogs.
That's an old dog. That dog's pushing it.
Okay, hold on. You're telling me that a dog year is what now?
7 years.
So it would be 56 years old when it inherited a $5 million.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Well, homie's got probably another 5 years left. So basically that's like
pushing
another 35,
That's pushing
right?
it. 5
so it's
years
91
is
years old.
How healthy is this dog?
I mean, the dog's just got $5 million. I'm sure it's pretty healthy. I mean, I'm sure it's got all of its vaccinations, if you know what I'm saying.
You know what else I'm trying to figure out in regards to money? What happens to the contract that they just gave Chris Doyle in Jacksonville now that he has stepped down?
Well, this is something that is just going to be fun for us to talk about today. I can't wait. Chris Doyle, got one question for all you at 67129, and I want y'all to think really hard about this. If you are too edgy for Iowa and you're too racist for Iowa, do you think that that's a natural progression to go to the National Football Association? And how did somebody inside of the Jacksonville organization be like, hey, Urban, come here. That's a bad idea, Holmes. Like, there's a 19-year-old that probably does their Twitter account that if Urban would have gone up to a 19-year-old kid at that time and said, hey, Billy, how you doing? You working on a video today? Doing a couple tweets? Hey, what do you think if I would hire Chris Doyle? He would have been like, oh, hold up. Wait a minute. It's a job. Pew, pew, pew. Or he just would have played Bishop Bullwinkle's Hail to the Na-Na because everybody and their grandmother, like you're telling me that Urban Meyer was shocked by the reaction? Like, I cannot believe all of this negative reaction just because a football coach hired another football coach that by the way, did you not hear my press conference? Gabe, I vetted him.
Yeah, I vetted him.
I took him
very
and his wife
thorough
out to
vetting
dinner.
process that I have.
A 20-year
I use the
vet.
same one on Zach Smith and Aaron Hernandez. My vetting process is thorough. I don't know why you guys are complaining.
Dude, I'm surprised he didn't come out and say, I coached Tim Tebow, right?
So the other thing, I don't understand how the contract, is it just void now that he resigned? And also, do you believe that Chris Doyle himself said, you know what, I'm a distraction, I'm resigning? Or do you think this was the NFL, someone in the commissioner's office, maybe Roger Goodell himself saying, hey guys, we have been trying for years and years and years to be a lot more inclusive in our hiring practices and not racist, and you literally hired a racist.
Do you think he said, hey, Urban, did you watch any of the Super Bowl? Did you see any of the things on the back of the helmet? Did you see what was at the corner of the end zone? And you went and did what?
No, but do you think this was from, like, the commissioner's office, like,
definitely.
checking them?
Let me tell you something. If this didn't come down from the owner after he saw what his new football coach did without running it by him or the 19-year-old intern, who would have been like, hell no.
Something
please.
tells me he ran it by Shad Khan.
Can I tell you
he
something?
He had to have, right?
Do you know what this is? Just proves that a lot of owners don't know what's going on. Because if Shad sits there and looks at him and goes, cool, he's never heard of Chris Doyle.
Right. And know what? I was asked that over the weekend. They're like, do you think Shad Khan knew who Chris Doyle was?
No, he's a billionaire.
Well, he's got to, though.
I mean, you would think in his job title, running a professional football team, like, do you think that Roger Goodell picked up the phone and was like, hey.
But isn't Shad Khan somewhat, and I know he's not, like, fully hands-on, but he's got some of his hands in there. Like, he's not completely just letting it run by itself. He's making hirings. He's firing people. Like,
I want to remind you something. You did see Friday night's nice little write-up by the Jags organization, right? This sounds straight from the National Football League's PR department. Let me read what it says. The Jags have announced the resignation. Why announced the resignation of the strength coach Chris Doyle, not long after an organization that promotes diversity in the NFL. We called the recent decision to hire Doyle simply unacceptable. It starts off with the Jaguars announced the resignation. No, it should have been the firing. And then at the end, you say, we announced his resignation, but we found out his hiring was simply unacceptable. But yet we're going to keep the coach on, Urban Meyer, who hired this unacceptable person for our organization. Thank you very much.
Isn't it up to Doyle to announce his own resignation? How do the Jaguars announce his resignation?
I honestly don't know. I mean, you hire the dude on Thursday, he resigns on a Friday. Just how many times have you gone for a job interview?
That's never happened.
And been like, yo, I'm going to get hired. Hey, honey, I'm going to take the job on Thursday. I'm quitting on Friday.
Has this ever happened? A one-day job placeholder.
Never mind. I mean, I was going to say there's the reason there's hotels up there that by the hours because
Listen.
I'm just saying.
Calm down.
Yes, there are people who get hired for like a plumber. You only hire him to do your plumbing once, right?
But he's employed by maybe a plumbing company.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I was
This
confused.
is a one-day gig.
I was thinking to myself, what
Did
I'm
he
saying?
take any money for it? That's my other question. I hope not.
Holmes, if he put pen to paper, there's an attorney that he probably called before his resignation. Hey, how much of this can I keep?
Well, either way, that was a full-on disaster.
Oh, it's been a full-on disaster. By the way, outside is a full-on disaster. Snowmageddon 2021. It's absolutely crazy out there. I just want y'all to know it took me 2 hours. Takes me 20 minutes to get to work. Took me 2 hours to get here, but I did find a place that was open and serving pizza, baby. So I appreciated that. That was nice.
How'd you get here? Did you drive by car or did you?
I ended up taking.
Did your
Honey's.
dogs drag you? You mush.
By the way, my dogs, I had to drag them outside to go to use the restroom this morning. Drag them.
So I have a Great Pyrenees, and they're a mountain dog. So my dog has been loving every bit of this.
I have
around in the
really
snow.
little bitty miniature poodle things.
Yeah, no, they don't. They're not good for snow.
They don't like it.
Yeah.
They're under covers, hanging out, watching my non.
Kind of angers me though, because my dog comes back in real wet and snow all over. Because it's rolling out back there. Not great.
So you got to clean it up.
Yeah.
Ugh, I feel your pain right there. But I will tell you one thing. It's snowing. It's nasty. I want you to think about something. You need boots, right? I had to wear boots today. Do you know where I got them? Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. But on a day like today, I don't think you're going to head on down to Olive Branch, to be honest with you. That's why you can go to frontierwesternstore.com. frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967. They got the largest boot showroom in the world. They also got women's, children's, work boots, Western boots, tough, I'll kick you in the teeth snow boots, you know what I'm saying? Stomping boots, whatever. They got everything and everything you could want. Plus, they have a ladies' boutique. They have children's. And when you go to frontierwesternstore.com, whenever you order anything $75 or more, free shipping, and they ship out within 24 hours, so it'll get to you super, super fast. Go to frontierwesternstore.com. It's easy to navigate, or head on down to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. Just do it when there's not so much snow on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Gabe, I'm in the box.
Yeah, needless to say, be safe if you're on the road today, and if you're not, stay inside. Just relax. Drink some hot cocoa. Go sledding. Do what you got to do.
67129. Are you really going to go sledding?
I don't know. There's activities to do
Do me
when
a
snow
favor.
is on the ground.
67129. Look into this Lulu and the Doris in Nashville. Find out how this $5 million is going to be spent. I'll take care of the dog. I just want to split the cash. Figure it out. 67129. Help me out.
All right, now sports. Gus Malzahn this morning has been hired by UCF. A lot of people have their opinions on him, but the truth is he's a highly successful coach. He's 77-38 overall as a head coach, including the 53 wins and 27 losses at Auburn. And he's been to a pair of New Year's Six bowl games and also BCS National Championship, so he's obviously been on the big stage. So what do you think of the hire of Malzahn at UCF?
All right, so let's just be real. When you have become a school like Central Florida, that's been damn good, if you know what I'm saying. This is the American Conference. The University of Memphis is in the American. You should know a whole lot about the American or the Power Six, the American. You know what I mean? This is a football-heavy conference. Central Florida's been balling, but then they had Scott Frost come in there and get snatched. He goes back to Nebraska. Josh Heupel just got jacked to Tennessee. You have been a doormat and a revolving door for coaches, and you're a good football program who's recruiting great athletes out of the state of Florida and Alabama and all over the deadgum place. I mean, you're a national powerhouse, believe it or not, when it comes to recruiting. And then you replace Josh Heupel with Gus Malzahn? That's called Grand Slam, homie. Like, this is a guy, in my opinion, he's 55 years old. He's got a $20 million plus basically buyout that got him out of Auburn. The dude is set financially. Do you think he's going to go take the Central Florida job because he wants to get back so bad to the SEC so he can get his butt kicked by Nick Saban? Nope. this kind of feels like, hey, I've got all my money. I can go down to Florida, great weather, no snow outside. I can golf, win a whole hell of a lot of football games. You know what? I like this. I think this is a great hire for Central Florida. They just upgraded from Josh Heupel and outdid their former athletic director in Danny White and their former coach Josh Heupel.
That's what I'm not understanding. They literally upgraded at the head coaching sort of position there. And I love the fit. He's already got guys there that have shown that they can play. Dylan Gabriel's still there. They still have some weapons on the outside. And not to mention, Gus Malzahn has shown that he can recruit a little bit. And at UCF, I don't think there's shortage of talent in the state of Florida. I think he'll do well.
I think he'll do well. And the other thing I want to mention, and this is because it has to do with Alabama, it has to do with coaching. Like, Steve Sarkisian is out from underneath Nick Saban's wing. He's now gone to Texas. He's got, like, all eyes on him. It's Texas. It's got its own deadgum TV network. He did a good job getting Malik Murphy, 2022 commit, huge five-star quarterback that had already committed to Alabama, flips, goes to Texas. Steve Sarkisian, all eyes on him. This is a big thing if he wants to move up in his coaching career. Steve's also still young. Again, Gus, don't you feel like he just signed down there to go on Easy Street and to live in, like, yo, it's the American. I'm Gus Malzahn. I'm a baller shot caller. Let's go play a lot of golf, baby. Let's win some football games down here in Central Florida. Let's go.
He just steps into a great situation. I like the situation
Dylan
for him.
Gabriel.
And I also like the situation for UCF. I think it's a good hire all around. They did better than Tennessee did.
67129 Tennessee fans. Are you upset?
Now moving on to the NBA. Kyrie was talking this weekend.
He's always talking.
And yeah, it wasn't about Flat Earth, though, this time. And it wasn't about who the coach is of the Nets. I think he figured that one out. But what he said is, quote, about James Harden. Quote, I feel like he's been doing a great job just managing the point guard role. We established that maybe 4 days ago. I just looked at him and I said, you're the point guard and I'm going to play the shooting guard. That was as simple as that. He's been taking control of the responsibilities and doing an incredible job. It makes my job easier to just go out and play free and just make plays. It's a luxury, end quote. Obviously, the Nets lead the NBA in points per game at 120.9. So this question I'm about to ask is going to be interesting. But is James Harden playing the point and Kyrie playing the two the best plan offensively for the Brooklyn Nets?
Well, you know, absolutely. For so many deadgum reasons. Kyrie, like, this works out, and I hate to say it because it needed to be spoken. Like, it had to be spoken within the players because Kyrie does not respect his coaches. He doesn't respect Nash. He doesn't respect D'Antoni. He'll listen to KD. Doesn't always listen to KD. If you watch this year, he didn't even show up to work for a while. You know what I'm saying? So him and James had to hash this thing out so he could feel at peace. And I will also remind you, when Kyrie has it, we used to call, what we say, there was only one ball. When you threw it into James Harden, it was dribble, 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 shoot. That was in Houston. James Harden is facilitating with Brooklyn. He's getting the ball. He's finding guys. It seems like he has better court vision. Kyrie has some of the sickest handles I've ever seen. But it's always about Kyrie getting to the rim or Kyrie doing a crazy crossover or doing a step-back three-pointer. But it's about Kyrie scoring. So if the ball is in James Harden's hand, I think it helps all three of the big three in this Brooklyn Nets team. And I do have to say one thing. They can figure out some defense. You watch them this weekend. When they are all three playing together, let's just be honest. When you got three of the top 12 players in the NBA, you got three of them on one roster. I know there's only one ball, but dadgummit, it moves so fast in today's NBA game. Shot clock's 24 seconds. I mean, dadgummit's up and down, up and down, up and down. The balls, you get, there's these three guys, are they all getting fed? Because it sure looks like they're all eating, aren't they? So if they can figure it out, and one thing in figuring out is figuring out where Kyrie's head's at. And this is a good thing for one simple reason. If you get him believing that he's the king and the leader of Kyrie world, and we're all just playing in it, then guess what? That's going to be good for Brooklyn Nets going forward. It's going to be good for James Harden. It's going to be good for Kevin Durant and everybody that's in the Nets organization.
Yeah, and it was always about, at the beginning of this whole thing, asking questions, or how are they going to manage egos, who's going to get the touches. It seems like James Harden's more than willing to facilitate and take less shots and take the burden off
play
him
more
scoring.
defense.
He's more than willing to do that. I like how the Nets are playing right now, and it's showing. They lead the league in points per game. Now, Tigers, not fun. They got postponed again. Thursday against Wichita State. That would have been a good resume-building game, just like the Sunday game against Houston would have been, but they, again, are postponed. At-large hopes at this point are basically slashed. I don't see a way the Tigers are going to be able to get those unless they make up the games that they just lost, and it's going to be tough. Mike Aresco has some work cut out for him, but is there a way that Mike Aresco and the conference can get that done and reschedule these games?
Can I ask you first and foremost, if you're Mike Aresco, why would you want to? You got a top-heavy team in Houston. That's definitely guaranteed. Like you saw, did you see basically Seth and everybody talking all weekend? Did you watch any basketball? Of course you did. But did you see how they put out their very first, these are the top 4 teams right here. We got Gonzaga in Region 1, Region 2, Baylor, Ohio State in 3, Michigan in Region 4. And then right there, look at Region 3, number 2. Oh, Houston on that 2 line. Mike Aresco, these commissioners, these basketball coaches, these people who make these decisions are all going to have to sit down and decide, because the NCAA has basically gone to each conference and said, you make the decision if you want the regular season champ to get the automatic qualifier, or do you want to have a tournament? If you have a tournament, the winner gets the automatic bid. You have until February 26th to make your decision. Lay that sucker down. Guess what? I don't know. Do you want to risk a team that actually might make it to the Sweet 16? Maybe the Elite 8? Because you want to host a conference tournament and maybe give a Memphis team that's looked horrible all year long until recent, got an issue with COVID? Are you looking for maybe to try to get Cinderella in out of this conference when you already have basically the glass slippers on Houston's foot? I mean, I'm just saying, if I'm Aresco, I ain't worried about making up any games. I'm not worried about Memphis. I'm not worried about anybody else. All eyes on Houston, and I don't want them to have anything, because I want somebody representing the American when they play this year in the field of 68.
But granted, I think as a conference, you want as many teams from your conference to get in there as possible. But this year, there's some extenuating circumstances.
Are you extenuating some circumstances to Memphis
that you have to work around? I'm not sure that they're going to be able to make up any of these, because there's not enough time. That's just the truth of the matter. But the AAC is a one-bid league, and you sort of wonder if Aresco is going to try to make up some of these games to see if he can get another team in there. We'll see what happens.
Can I ask you one other question? After Memphis, Wichita, who is it that you're trying to help out? Cincinnati? No. I don't even know. SMU? Do you know what I mean?
SMU would probably be the closest.
This is let's just be real and call it what it is. A spade's a spade. The American right now is down. I know you want Memphis and Penny because they're a national brand, but when you got Houston at number 6 in the country and they're firmly on that 2 line, I don't know if I'm making up jack to try to help somebody else and potentially risk a team that's now going to miss its 3rd game in a row because of COVID issues on possibly making up some game with Houston, who's already sitting number 6 in the country. I think that would be crazy. Now, I'll be back in 2 shakes. We're coming back talking Jake Crane. We're going to go with SEC basketball. It is going to be a lot of fun. Whatever you do, don't touch that dial. If you're out there in the world, drive slow. And if you're just sitting at home, grab you some Tito's, because life has handed you lemons today. It's cold. So make you a cold lemon drop. Just make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM.
Find it, man. Find it.
Basketball has met its match. It's Sports 56 mornings with your assist kings, Pete and Sane. Bringing you the best alley-oops of informative sports talk. Great guests, calls and texts, prize giveaways, and more.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions. 2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Taqueria Express number 6 is now open at 6290 Winchester Road. Taqueria Express has locations all over Memphis, serving the best and most authentic Mexican food. You can dine in and take advantage of the full bar or get your order to go. Call ahead at 901-800-2737 to pick up or use the drive-thru. Plus, online delivery options through Uber Eats is coming soon. Stop into Taqueria Express number 6 at 6290 Winchester Road and find out how you could win a 2021 Nissan Versa. Taqueria Express number 6 is now open.
All 75 months at 3.04%. Mirage MH00 2682. MSRP 16865. G4 MHF 01572. MSRP 18360. Outlander Sport MU 004915. MSRP 24740. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Ready, set, start your new year with a new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on Covington Pike. Get the hatchback hero in 2021 Mirage, $12,342 or $129 a month. 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $13,997 or $149 a month. And jumpstart your journey in 2021 Outlander Sport, $17,938 or $199 a month. And these are not leases. You own your new ride. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
I hate Tom's Tulip Shop. It just smells so flowery. Like we get it, you're a flower shop. You don't need to remind us.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
I needed a fake plant. They don't sell fake plants. Thanks for nothing, Tom.
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial auto and business insurance.
Then he says, have a great day. I'll decide what kind of day to have.
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join us every Saturday morning on Sports 56 WHBQ from 8 to 10 a.m. and 96.1 FM and the new FM 98.5. We'll be covering the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, college football, college basketball, college baseball. We'll look into recruiting. We'll have guests from around the country with the latest news, the most knowledgeable people out there, the coaches, the players, the people who play the games. Don't forget to join us on the sidelines. Sports 56, 96.1, and the new FM 98.5.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
They used to tell me, boy, you ain't going nowhere with your cheap guitar and your big long hair. You gotta realize all your responsibilities.
What's up? Welcome back into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. Your good buddy Johnny Radio's in the house along with Gabe Kuhn. And we're going to be joined now by Jake Crane, my good friend. Make sure you're checking out the J-Boy Show. It's the real deal. Holyfield. Jake, are you frozen where you're at?
Man, not yet. I'm in Atlanta right now, but I feel like it's coming this way. So you're going to have to, give me some tips because, I'm from the South, man. I don't know a lot about this ice snow and sleet or whatever these meteorologists call it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gabe knows I'm definitely from the South too, because I looked at him like he was crazy when he asked me if I was going to go sledding, and I was like, dude, sledding? Like, I'm not going outside to do jack, and I don't have a sled, bro. Like, what are you talking about? And he laughed at me because I left at like 8 o'clock in the morning to come to work today, like, because I'm just like so scared that I'm going to get stuck on the road or something. So, yeah, I don't have many. Only thing I can tell you that you can definitely do, if you go to the liquor store, stock up on a lot of liquor so you don't have to go out the day it's already got you frozen in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's why those ice fishermen, man, in their little huts, they just got wild turkey everywhere, man. It keeps you warm.
Gobble, gobble. Everybody, do me a huge favor. Make sure you're going to The J-Boy Show. Go to thejboyshow.com. Follow him on Twitter at The J-Boy Show. It's my buddy Jake Crane. We talk every single Monday. We're going a little early today because he's got to get some work in. Before I get to Tennessee basketball, to Alabama basketball, to all kinds of other stuff in the SEC when it comes to basketball, first I got to ask you, if you're Tennessee, are you looking at like Central Florida like, wait a second, did Central Florida get the better deal here? Like, what's going on with this whole Gus Malzahn to UCF, and how should Tennessee fans feel about this?
Well, I think you got to look at the circumstances. Now, if everything was even and Tennessee didn't have this NCAA stuff coming down the pipe, I think it would have went a little bit different. I've said I think Josh Heupel was a stopgap hire. That's just my opinion. Not saying anything bad about Josh Heupel, but I think if there wasn't this storm cloud looming over Knoxville right now, there'd be a different guy up there. But looking at the fit with Gus Malzahn and UCF is very interesting to me. Is he going to go back to being true hurry up, no huddle instead of the way it kind of devolved when he was at Auburn? You'd see it a little bit. Is he going to go try and get a dual-threat quarterback? Because it seems, if you look at the numbers and you look at the seasons, when Gus Malzahn has a dual-threat quarterback, he tends to do better. Well, why is that, Johnny? Well, it's because when you run the zone read with a quarterback that can run, the defense has to respect it. When you run it with Jared Stidham or Chris Todd, they don't have to respect it. And then you throw in the fact that, later at Auburn, they weren't able to run the ball very well because they didn't recruit offensive linemen very well. So you got a quarterback in Bo Nix that can run pretty well, so you got to account for him. But you're not able to line up and run the power and run inside zone and run insert and get the yards that you need. So I'm wondering if Gus Malzahn, to quote the euphemisms from the kids nowadays, is about to get back in his bag with some hurry up, no huddle, getting a dual threat quarterback there, running his RPO game off of that like he did with Nick Marshall instead of running it inside to the interior, the number 2 or the slot receiver. So I'm very interested to see not only that and then the staff that he puts together. But if I'm a Tennessee fan, circumstantially, I wouldn't feel bad just because, if like I said, if it was at 0 and everything was even, it may be a different situation.
And plus, I just also have to add, if you're at Central Florida, you know what it's like to be a group of 5 school that's basically a stopgap. For coaches, you've had, Frost come through now. Josh Heupel just left you. I feel like you might actually have somebody for 5 years. I mean, it's not like, Gus got $20 million plus to leave Auburn.
Yeah.
It's Florida. He's going to be able to recruit. I think they actually got somebody that's actually going to be there for a bit instead of just being a basic Power 5 incubator school like Central Florida and basically University of Memphis and basically the American Conference have been for a while. Now, in the SEC in basketball, holy cow. It's been weird. It's been one wacky season, you could say. Alabama's tearing it up, 17-5, 12-1 in conference. Tennessee, I don't understand, and I'm not trying to pick on them, but heck, we're on it in Memphis, Tennessee. We're not far from it. Plus, Ole Miss is actually playing pretty good basketball. They won another game this weekend, and they've won 4 straight. I know I've been riding them, so I won a little money on them this weekend, and I appreciate that. But who is Tennessee? They, fall apart again this weekend. They seem too talented, but they seem like they're just mentally not tough down the stretch of basketball games. What has Rick Barnes got in this team?
Well, I think, and I never like to call out kids specifically, but it is what it is. I think Fulkerson and Yves Pons really haven't answered the bell enough and really led some of these younger guys because Rick Barnes has brought in talent. They have a lot of talent. They got more coming in. With Kennedy Chandler here soon. But I think the veteran guys really haven't stepped up more from a leadership role. I remember last year watching Fulkerson, and there were games where he was dominating. And coming in this next year, I was like, this kid's going to be a problem. You look at Yves Pons, he's built like a Marvel comic character. He's huge, he's strong, he's fast, he can jump. Still has to work on his shot, especially as he starts, kind of fading away a little bit now instead of really stepping into his shot. But when I look at Tennessee, I think they're a team that does have the ability. If they get hot and can figure it out, and they need some more toughness, especially in the interior. They don't really have an enforcer, even though, like I said, Pons is a guy that's very physical and he can block shots and do this stuff. But they really don't have an identity to me. And, you know, Johnny, we always talk about in football, you know, what's their identity? What's their identity? Well, it's the same thing in every sport, especially in basketball. And Tennessee, while, you know, when they put it together with the talent they have and they move the ball and they're not stagnant on offense, they can be pretty good, but they hit these lulls. And it seems to me that once they get down, for some reason, there's not that bounce back where, hey, we got some veteran guys. Here we go. We're fine. We're down 8. Let's win this next 4 minutes. I'm not seeing that from Tennessee right now.
It's so weird for me just watching this team because, like you said, I see all the talent and then I see this LSU team. They play a little bit above their head. But, I mean, you get beat by 13 on Saturday night by LSU. You know, you're 16th at the time when you lost. It just, I don't know. It just kind of blows my mind seeing some of the things I've seen out of Tennessee this year. Now, Another thing that's blown my mind, though, is Ole Miss. You were on them this weekend saying that they were going to score out of their mind. They've won 4 straight. What has this Ole Miss basketball team found?
Well, you know, it's something when I watch, it all starts with Devontae Shuler. When Devontae Shuler is able to run the offense the way he wants, when he's able to penetrate and kick, it all goes around him because he's the leader. And when he doesn't play well, they don't play well. And what you've noticed is that doesn't mean that Shuler has to score 30 points a game, but he is orchestrating the band. That's what he does out there. Kermit Davis gives him a lot of freedom. That roster's not super talented that they have, but I'll say this about Kermit Davis. I think from a schematic standpoint, especially defensively, Kermit Davis is one of the best guys in the country at mixing things up and being able to call the right defense at the right time. They did it against Auburn the other day in Auburn Arena. I thought they mixed defenses really well on Sharif Cooper, which is something that you have to do. But Ole Miss is not a team, and I took the over with them in South Carolina, and it hit. Thank goodness. Thank you, officials, for calling all those fouls in the last 9 minutes. But again, they really get into a rhythm, and they're a very streaky team, and that's what you're seeing right now. The key is how long can it go, and can they keep finding other people that will step up and take a little bit of pressure off Shuler or hit that big three when they need to. But what I've really noticed about Ole Miss is the exact opposite of what I just said about Tennessee. Earlier in the year when they got down, they were finished. But this year, go back and look at the Auburn game. They're down 10 late in the game. They don't panic. They regroup. Shuler gets them together. They go on a run. So I think it speaks a lot of Kermit Davis because, you know, they could have shut it down when they were 10-8. They could have shut it down, but they're trying to make a run. They were on the last 4 out going in this game this past Saturday, so they're working their way in. And I think they're a team that has to have the conference tournament. And if they do, I think they can slide that resume up enough to get in that large bid or maybe be one of the last 4 in somewhere like that. Because if Ole Miss can figure it out, Shuler has to play well. I'm going to keep saying it. He has to play well.
Well, when you're getting 30 points a night from him, you're definitely going to be in the game. And Ole Miss is scoring a lot. They dropped South Carolina 81-74 on Saturday. It was beautiful. But speaking of scoring, Scottie Pippen Jr. actually finally got into a little scoring, had 18 points, 9 assists. Vanderbilt beat Mississippi State. He was on the all-freshman team last year. He's only 6'3". What is his ceiling realistically?
Well, you know, again, he obviously comes from really good lineage. He understands the game. He sees the game. He's had a year in. And when I watch him, I think the thing that stands out about him is his ability to drive with both hands. And it's not just being able to score. I say the same thing, not saying that him and Sharif Cooper are the same player, but they're able to drive with both hands, which means they can suck the defender up, which means somebody's going to be open in the corner. And Vandy hit their open threes. That's why they won the game. It surprised me. I went 5-1 this weekend in my basketball picks, and the only one I lost was Mississippi State and Vanderbilt, and that's because Vandy shot the lights out. Well, when you're open and you're at that level, and you got a guy like a Scottie Pippen Jr. that can penetrate right or left, can really stagger your defense, make you overplay, make you have to help because he can finish as well. And he's got a nice little floater, I think he's added to his game, which not enough guys, especially point guards that are, you know, that aren't 6'5" or 6'6". You got to have that little something, and he's figuring it out. But what I like about Vanderbilt, and when you look at them, they've got some young guys that are pretty talented. They just haven't been able to figure it out, and they haven't been shooting well. But Scottie Pippen, I think, has a chance to be a pretty good NBA point guard, in my opinion.
Oh, I like it. Speaking of things I like, we talked about Arkansas. I said how good they are at home. Man, they went and beat Missouri on the road in overtime, 86-81. Arkansas right now, resume, they're in, right?
Oh, they're in. I'm going to tell you right now, Arkansas, to me, outside of Alabama, Missouri, is the scariest team in the SEC.
Ooh.
Because, number one, Marcus Moody, he's going to be a pretty high NBA pick, and he's starting to kind of figure out what his role is. But the guy that makes them go, and here's the difference in Arkansas now as opposed to earlier in the year, and I tweeted this out a couple weeks ago, that if Desi Seals is going, Arkansas has a chance to win. They won that game last week without Desi Seals, really, against Missouri. Went on the road. It's the first time that Arkansas has beaten an AP top 10 team on the road since 1994. And they're really dangerous because they can get very hot, especially from the outside. They've got enough interior rebounding on the offensive and defensive side to kind of scare you. They're athletic, they're long, and Eric Musselman, to me, is a tournament coach. When he gets into the tournament, because that's that NBA pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're used to playing, 5-7 games in a series and having to move on to the next. So you're kind of used to that. And I think he really understands come tournament time how to get his team prepared in a short window of time, how to get them to play hard. And I love the passion that he coaches with, and the guys love him. The kids on that team love him. They want to play for him. And I'm just telling you right now, Arkansas is very, very scary. And if you're a team that has to play them in the second round of that NCAA tournament, and you're a 2 seed or you're a 3 seed and they're a 7 seed or they're an 8 seed, it's going to be a ball game. And I would not be surprised to see Arkansas make the Sweet 16.
Ooh, I like to hear some stuff like that. And yeah, Desi and Justin Smith, they play really well together as well. It's a fascinating
really
team to watch out. Now, listen, I know you got a job to do, so I'm going to say goodbye, but everybody make sure that you're listening to the J-Boy Podcast Show. Go to thejboyshow.com. Listen to everything he has to say. What'd you go, 5-1 again this weekend in college basketball? You're on fire. I had the Ole Miss game. I had the over. I loved everything. I can't remember what we won on Sunday. Michigan under and all that stuff. Anyway, point is, the J-Boy Show. Give him a follow on Twitter at the J-Boy Show and listen to him every single Monday right here. Be good out there. Be safe and stay warm, my friend.
Definitely, man. And you can now check us out, too, on YouTube. Go to the J-Boy Show YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button everywhere you can. Just had Hugh Freeze. Got Mike Lutzenkirk and a lot. Houston Nutt coming on. We got a bunch coming. Johnny, I always love to come on here. You and Gabe do a fantastic job. And holler at me whenever you need me, brother.
Man, Jake, I appreciate you, brother. Be safe out there. That's Jake Crane, the J-Boy Show. He has the best, the brightest, and it's the best podcast going right now. Now, listen to this. This is very important. Holy cow. This is not talking the American. When we talk about the SEC, again, you look around and you know Alabama is top heavy as all get out. But watch out now because LSU getting a big win this weekend. They're now 8-4 in conference. Arkansas Razorbacks getting a huge W. Beating Missouri on the road. We talked about Desi. We talked about Justin Smith. The Florida Gators are starting to get things going. You got Tennessee just making me scratch my head because I look at all the talent that Rick Barnes has. They just don't seem mentally tough. They give up a lot they don't play a lot of team defense. It's just weird. And when they can't score a bucket, things go south for Tennessee. Like if they're not hitting their shots, it's like the whole team is running down there with their head down. That just is not something I'm used to seeing with Rick Barnes. It's just weird watching them. And then Missouri, I feel like they've done the least with the most. They remind me, I hate to say this, of the Memphis Tigers, the Missouri Tigers. They got tons of talent. They're just not doing a lot with it. They fell this weekend, but watch out for Ole Miss people. They are playing out of this world. Kermit Davis has that team fired up, and they dominated again this weekend, so it was pretty interesting to watch. Whatever you do, though, remember, sit back, relax. It's a snow day. We're on air all day till 6 o'clock. Wolo and Stats are going to follow me. We're going to keep you nice, warm, and toasty. But if you want to get toasty, make sure you do it with Tito's handmade vodka. Tito's, it's simply the best. Whatever you do, remember, when life hands you lemons, make a lemon drop. Just make sure it's with Tito's. We'll be back in 2 Shake Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM.
You have opinions?
I think they got a lot of athletic ability.
We want to hear them.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you.
Call us on the First Bank phone line at 360-8255 or text us on the First Bank text line at 67129.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies. We will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five-Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
The President's Day sales event is going strong at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. 2021 Kia Forte $133 a month lease. That's less than $5 a day for a new ride. 2021 Kia Soul completely redesigned exterior and interior $149 a month lease. And 2021 Kia K5 just $182 a month lease. All 36 months with $3149 due at signing, and they all come with Kia's 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So let's conquer the cold and gear up for winter in your new Kia from Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike, or online at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, $3149 due at signing, 0 security deposit, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME3 MSRP $20,625, Soul M77 $55,638, MSRP $20,660, K5 MG 005560, MSRP $25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license, with approved credit, see dealer for complete details, offer valid through 3/1/21, dealer stock only.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. With everyone spending more time at home these days, are you running out of hot water? Did you know the average life of a tanked water heater is only 10 to 12 years? It may be time for a tankless water heater from Conway Services that never runs out of hot water. And the average life of a tankless water heater is up to 20 years. So call Conway Services right now and get your new tankless water heater for as low as $79 per month. Or I'll give you $250 for that old tanked water heater. That's right, get your new tankless water heaters for as low as $79 per month. Now you could do that. These energy-saving models only heat the water you use, saving you money on your gas bill every month. So go ahead, take a 1-hour shower while the dishwasher's running. You'll never run out of hot water. And no more worrying about that tank bursting in your attic either. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier tankless water heater professionals at 384-3511. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old water heater will come out and inspect it absolutely free.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
The fun continues at Family Leisure with a brand new Factory Direct pool and patio sale. The new 2021 inventory is in. You got to get ready now and beat the rush. Become the first one to have your pool installed. They have spas in stock, and those are ready for installation right now, too. Complete your backyard with a new set of patio furniture, all state-of-the-art. Special financing available. Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road, where family and fun come together.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Can I just tell y'all something right now? During winter, what are we calling this? Memphis Mayhem 2021, the wintry mix. It is here, and everybody at Sports 56 is definitely from the South because we are all stuck.
What is happening at the Flynn Broadcasting parking lot right now could be on America's Funniest Home Videos. It is hilarious.
I thought Greg Gaston was from up north.
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing very well.
He's struggling too.
You know?
The Ford Fusion, it doesn't do a good job in the snow.
Sorry. It's amazing. Everybody made it to work. Nobody's going to leave work. But who was the only one smart enough to bring food in case we got stuck? Oh, that would be me. I brought a pizza for me and Gabe, and we ain't sharing because he's bigger than everybody else. Got him on my
We'll be
side.
struggling, though, if we're stuck here. There's only one piece left. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It went pretty quickly.
Yeah. I bet it does go pretty quickly. Speaking of this, we got to get into a few things. I got some NFL stuff that I want to talk about, some free agents, baseball stuff I got to get into that's very, very important to me. But first, I want to remind you, it's frozen outside. Like, it is literally frozen. So when it thaws out, do me a favor. You haven't thought about your roof in a while. There could be serious damage if you've had a tree, branches, anything falling on. It is that time to go to BrianElderRoofing.com or give him a call at 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303 for Brian Elder Roofing Solutions. Commercial, residential, whatever, he's got your back, and he knows insurance companies like the back of his hand. He'll get that thing taken care of you. He's got a 7-year warranty. Nobody else has got one that's better. 901-867-0303 for my buddy Brian Elder Roofing.com. Now, Mr. Gabe Kuhn, a couple things that are going on. I got baseball rankings. Can't wait to get to this. I'm excited. I got Terry Davis coming on to talk to Tigers. Can't wait to get to that. I got Hardwood stories. Usman Kamara against Pac-Man Jones. Who you got? Oh, we're going to talk about it during Hardwood. But trust me, I think Pac-Man Jones should not be a complete underdog. Pac-Man Jones has got some real fighting skills. We'll definitely talk about Pac-Man Jones today. And when we talk about him, we're going to talk Hardwood. Plus, we're going to talk about the Daytona 500, but only in Hardwood. Because the most Daytona 500 thing ever happened this weekend, and I'll talk to you about more. But first, I got to tell you, a couple players that I'm going to tell you that I think are going to get franchise tagged this year in the National Football League, and I think they're going to be very ticked. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to make the crucial Dak Prescott mistake, but that's not the one that I think is a big deal. I think Allen Robinson for the Bears. This is a dude who's already had knee injuries. He's got issues. He made $18.5 million last year. The reason I say they're going to franchise tag him, did you know that the franchise, the salary cap is going down this year because of COVID-19? So guess what? If you franchise him, he made $18.5 million last year. You say you're going to bring in a new quarterback. Matt Nagy needs to throw the ball to somebody, right? You franchise him, you get him for $14 million. That's really not that bad for Allen Robinson. Watch him get the tag. Here's the one that I like a lot. Chris Godwin. You don't let him go. If he doesn't want to stay and he wants to go get paid, you still have an option. You franchise him. You say we're making another run at this Super Bowl. Again, it's only $14 to $15 million for a top wide receiver. Chris Godwin is definitely worth that. Don't let him get out of Tom Brady's grasp, period. I don't know what they're going to do with AB and all that good stuff, but we'll see what happens. Now, what do you think about this? What do you think about Leonard Williams? Dave Gettleman traded away a 3rd and a 5th round pick for Williams. He was completely criticized for it. I thought he lost his mind. All of a sudden, Williams comes out last year and has 11.5 sacks. Had his best year since he played at USC, to be honest with you. He wasn't jack when he was playing for the Jets. Now he looks like the real deal Holyfield. I bring this up because do you break the bank right now and say, hey, I'm going to lock him up for the next 3 to 4 years, go long term, or say, hey, we saw it for 1 year. I need to see it another year and just go ahead and franchise him. You'll spend a little bit more this year, but it could save you in case he's just a one-hit wonder. What do you think about Leonard Williams?
I think a franchise tag's the only way to go with it because he's only had 1 year of production, and that's what you have to pay attention to. You franchise him this year, see what he does, and then if you want to get to an extension, you can pay him that extension. But I think if you do an extension now and you have second thoughts about it once he starts playing, you're on the hook for years for that extension. Whereas the franchise tag, you literally have 1 year and then it's off the books. So I think franchise tagging him is the way to go. But Dak, too, you mentioned at the beginning, I think that's headed that direction quickly.
Yep, I do too, and I think that'll be the last year's in Dallas. Now, the last but not least, I wanted to ask you, Yannick Ngakoue. you're like, why are you talking about Yannick Ngakoue? I think it's a very important decision that the Baltimore Ravens have. The reason, Ngakoue, when he was franchise tagged by the Jaguars, if you don't remember, what did he do, Mr. Gabe Kuhn? He said, I ain't playing football. I quit. I ain't playing for y'all on the franchise tag. Now, if the Ravens put it, will Ngakoue be as likely to say, I'm not going to play on the franchise tag on a perennial winner as he would on a perennial loser? I feel like the Jags situation was bad, but still, even trying to dangle a franchise tag at Yannick Ngakoue kind of seems like a scary proposition.
But it's not going to be the same as last time. When he was with the Jags, you had Doug Marrone, you had Tom Coughlin, you had guys telling, literally DeMaurice Smith, the NFLPA executive director, saying, do not sign here. So I think the situation's much different with the Ravens. John Harbaugh is a player's coach. He tends to help his players out. I think Yannick Ngakoue will be fine with a franchise tag with the Ravens.
It will still be a slap in the face towards the Jaguars, but nothing was a bigger slap in the face than the hiring of Chris Doyle and the resigning of Chris Doyle. In less than 24 hours, Jacksonville, y'all got things great. They do have the number 1 pick. Trevor Lawrence looks like a lock. Let's see if they can screw it up. Urban Meyer's already, he's 1 for 1 in the screw-up department. Oh, we got so much to talk about. Tigers, Terry Davis coming up next. Hardenwood on a wintry mixed mayhem here in Memphis, Tennessee on Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM.
And if the band you're in starts playing different tunes, I'll see you on the dark side of the moon.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
One of the many things I love about betting on basketball is I'm always finding new player props or same-game props that I love. And that's what's so cool about FanDuel Sportsbook. You can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. It's called a same-game parlay bet, and you can only find them on FanDuel. Player point totals, rebounds, assists, steals, block shots, money line, over, under, point spread, all of it. And right now, new and existing users can get up to $25 back each day if your parlay falls one leg short with same-game parlay insurance. You heard that right. Every day. That's why we love FanDuel. It's easy to register, easy to deposit, and easy to find your bet in every day. Big boosts and every weekend, big odds boosts and specials. So just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and use promo code CASH at sign-up. That is promo code CASH, must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund, $25. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. For problem gambling support, call 1-800-889-9789.
Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they are doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Yo, 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 welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your good buddy Johnny Radio. Gabe Coon's in the house with me, and we're about to talk to my very good friend Terry Davis about them Tigers. No Houston game, no Wichita State Shockers game, and we got to talk a lot of stuff about the Tigers, the tournament, their tournament hopes. Any of these games going to get made up. We're running out of time. By the way, Melissa McFerrin has also stepped down as the women's basketball coach. She is now done. Fascinating stuff. Plus, I got Pac-Man Jones news during Hardwood. I'm going to ask again at 67129. Pac-Man Jones. Kamara Usman. What are you making the odds, Gabe Coon? Because I'm telling you right now, Usman is a bad man. He's GSP.
It was a heck of a title defense this weekend.
Heck of a title defense this weekend, and I like him. But he wants George St. Pierre Paul, whatever. There's no way he's too old or
St. Pierre Paul,
whatever his name is, GSP, dude. I used to think that was never mind. Anyway, point is, he has the record for the most wins in the UFC, and he wants to fight him. So after Usman beats his friend up this weekend. By the way, because they're, in the same, what do they call this when you're in the same gym and you work out?
Your teammates, I guess.
Sparring buddies.
You work out of the same gym.
We're out of the same
That's
gym.
That's what we'll call it.
So, but they're buddies, and you could see, he was emotional. So he was nice to homie that he beat up. Very fascinating.
Gilbert Burns.
Yeah. Burns got beat down, so who cares? I'm glad I took Usman. Now, point is, the same thing happened in the Daytona 500. Teammates completely screwed each other up on the last lap. Well, I'd be very ticked off if I was Brad Keselowski. And I don't even know anything about racing, but they wrecked. It was a fiery mess. And some dude who never won a race before, 350-plus races, just won the Daytona 500. I'll have to look at my notes, which are not right in front of me because I left them in there watching the comedy routine outside with people trying to get out of here.
That is hilarious. You ever seen Talladega Nights?
Yes, dude.
So you're saying Keselowski and his buddy did not pull shake and bake? They did the opposite
dude,
of
it was
shake and
supposed
bake.
to be shake and bake. They're on the final lap. He's coming out, man. He's going to go past him. This is Daytona 500 talk. This is how I talk when I talk to Daytona 500. He's going to win, man, okay? And guess what happens? They rubbed. And once you rub, you're racing. But guess what? If you rub on the last lap, you could be 17-car wreck. And some dude win. And by the way, how NASCAR is that? The last lap, there's a wreck. You think, whoa, it finally got interesting. It's midnight. There's been, rain delays. They've been doing this thing. They've been racing for 2 days, it feels like. And sadly, they end it with a dude that nobody even knew. But guess what? Believe it or not, Terry Davis, he knows everything about the Tigers. And he knows a little bit about NASCAR. Did you ever think that I'd be talking NASCAR on here?
Did you think I would wait 8 hours, 9 hours, watch NASCAR all day to get through a rain delay?
And then have it end like that. Was that crazy?
It was crazy because the same thing happened on lap 17 that took out 15 cars. When you wreck up front, a lot of people get taken out, and that's what happened. So with Daytona and Talladega, you never know until the end, man. It's crazy. It's always been that way.
So can I ask you a question? Because I don't know much about this, but Keselowski and Joey Logano are on the same team, correct?
Correct.
Now, if you're on the same team, aren't you supposed to be helping each other?
Yeah, but what happened was somebody hit him from the back, which pushed him into the car, which caused the wreck.
Okay.
You know, it didn't mean he intentionally did it. It just his car got loose, and when you get loose, it get wiggly, and it just wiggled over to the next car, and that caused a big explosion.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. It was crazy, and I'll tell you one thing. Man, that Keselowski dude after the wreck, he was ticked off. Did you see him smash his helmet into the car?
Yeah, so you be messed up too because that race pays over $1 million, man, and you was like less than you was in the last turn of the last lap. You was less than a quarter mile from being winning $1 million. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
And you go from first to 15. That's a big difference.
Yeah, that is a bad day. But now I didn't bring you on to talk even the 500, even though I had to, because I know that you watch it and you love it and you care a lot about it. Terry D, I got to ask you a question. Tigers are not going to be playing Wichita State. Tigers didn't play Houston. Tigers aren't playing right now. Tigers' record right this minute, in my personal opinion, does not look good enough to get into the field of 68 into the tournament. What do they need to happen? Is there anything that are they going to get an opportunity? We're going to know by February 26th. Is the American going to go with a conference tournament where you still give the automatic bid, or is the American going to play it safe and say, we're just going to go with the regular season champion? Whoever the regular season champion gets the automatic qualifier, and they're just going to stick with Houston. What do you think happens? Look into your crystal ball.
Follow the money. They will play a tourney. They will play a tournament. I promise you, they will be in Fort Worth, and they will play a tournament. And best case scenario for Memphis, they play 2 at Houston, and they split. And they play the other game at Wichita State. If they just play those 3 games and play a tournament, they should be in good shape.
Man, that is like really good news. Follow the money is probably, since Tom Cruise said it in that show, Show Me the Money or whatever, to Cuba Gooding Jr., I haven't felt that good. Anybody saying something like that in a long time. Thank you. I needed that because I've been worried that when you have, this weekend, like they're talking, I'm listening to Seth Davis and Clark Kellogg, and they're talking all college basketball, and they're going back and forth about what these conferences are going to do, and they're talking about how the NCAA put it this year on the onus of the onus of the conference, and one of them made the statement, why would you take a chance? Like, if you got a team that's in the top 8, guaranteed a 1 or 2 seed, would you take a chance on them having a COVID outbreak, something like that? Like you said, though, Show Me the Money makes a lot more sense to me. They are playing. You would think they would want to play in this tournament.
Right. And you know what? Some of the top teams that guaranteed a bid in, they might opt out of the tournament. But the tournament will be played, and there will be a winner. Now, it's going to be up to the selection committee, to figure out, are they going to do the automatic bid if enough teams opt out? But if enough at-large teams who know they're going to be in, whether they win the tournament or not, and they opt out, I think the NCAA might be okay with that.
It's crazy when you think about it. But the other thing that's kind of crazy is right now is when you look around the country, heck, when you look at the top, 15 teams in the country, the Blue Bloods aren't in there. Kentucky right now, they ain't going to the tournament. I know they got to win this weekend. Whippity-doo-dah. I'm glad you beat the Tigers. Congratulations. You beat Auburn by 2 or whatever. They needed a win. There's no way they're going to get in a tournament without an SEC tournament. And they would have to win that bad boy. And if you look how good the SEC is, I don't think there's any chance that happens. Is that the only thing, like right now, Tigers fans can look at is, hey, at least Cal's doing bad in Kentucky because they're not playing basketball. When do you think the Tigers get back on the court?
Sunday, Temple. I think they play Sunday, Monday next week. Temple, because Temple is scheduled to be here next Sunday, and I think the conference might make them do an NBA style back-to-back, play a Sunday game and play a Monday game if the arena's available, or play Tuesday if the grid's not in town, back-to-back. But I think they play. I think I have reasonable assurance that they'll be back on the court next Sunday when they play Temple.
Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Do you think do they reschedule? How many of these games do the Tigers get rescheduled, and how many do they just have to? How many of them? How many people out there realistically just have to hope that they win the tournament?
Put it this way: the worst case, I think the best case scenario is play the 2 Temple here, play 2 Cincinnati there, play 2 Houston and 1 there, 2, 4, 6, 7. So if they play 7 more games, I think they'd be okay.
They play 7 games. In all honesty, if they played 7 more games and go 6-1, you get to 14-4. Like, my goodness, or whatever. I think it would be 14-4 in conference. Yeah, you don't look bad at all. You'd be 18-7 on the season. That might be good enough to get in.
Right. If you of those 7 games, if you go 6-1, because that means you'll drop 3 games. So you got 9 games left. If you go 6-1, if they make you play 7 games, and you got to realize most of those games are going to be on the road. They're going to be like quad 2, quad 1 type games. And if you get over 50% on quad 1s, you will move up from probably 60 where you are now in the net ratings to probably like 48, and that's where you need to be in the 40s going into your tournament.
So the Tigers did how bad did this Wichita State cancel? Like, how bad did this actually hurt though? Because I got some people asking, because like this one, if the Tigers would have beat Wichita State again, firmly cemented themselves as the number 2 team in the American Conference behind Houston record wise. That's a huge statement.
Wichita plays Houston on Thursday. They play Thursday, period. If Houston beats them, Memphis moves up to number 2, period.
That is help right there. That's why we bring on Terry Davis. He's right now blowing all the beautiful smoke Tigers way. It's like it's blowing snow out there. Hey, right now we're talking Tigers making the tournament. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, got to ask you this. It's really weird. Melissa McFerrin, Tigers stepping down. What do you think about that? What do you think about her? The whole situation? Did you see this coming?
Yes, I saw it coming, and really, I like Melissa as a person, but she wasn't getting the job done on the court and with her players. It was too many people coming into the program, leaving out who could still ball, and it's just the support for the program is not as strong as it has been in the past with the donors and whatnot, and they need a fresh start, because I think the only reason she wasn't fired beforehand is because of some issues that's already been reported, or if she had dirt on the university for Title IX and how they wasn't equally dividing the money up. But if you hadn't been out to the field house lately, it looked like a mecca. It looked like a brand new building. It is beautiful out there. So now they put money into the facilities. So all those Title IX issues that she had have been eliminated. So now they just need to get a coach in there that can unify the team, that all the players are treated equally and fairly and with respect.
So after 13 seasons, basically, Laird Veatch, realistically, let's be honest, we can call her retirement what it is. They weren't going to extend her contract.
No, she got an extension last year.
Yeah, but it was set to expire, wasn't it?
It was an add-on. She had like 3-4 years left on that deal.
Oh wow! So she just ups and retires. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it wasn't due to expire this year. She just got renewed last year.
Interesting. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Like you said, they got everything new over there. They've spent money like it's going out of style, and they definitely need to start winning. The El Marrone Fieldhouse has completely been renovated. Everything's been renovated. Yeah. It looks like it's ready for a winter. So we'll see if this program can start going. And you mentioned it. Everybody wants to be treated fair. Do you want to elaborate on that?
That's have been rumors, and it's when Bourne was the AD there at Memphis, that certain players were treated differently. They weren't treated fairly, and she was abusive. But they didn't do anything about it, so they went to the AD Bowen. But nothing was done about it. And instead of her being fired, she got a contract extension. So that's been the owner line. If you look at it, it's been so many good players that came through their program that transferred out and went and played, and they had quality skills because they didn't want to deal with that anymore.
Interesting. All right, now I got to get back to the text line at 67129. A couple Tiger fans have been texting in. They want to ask the fact that this is now the third game that the Tigers have had to postpone due to contact tracing and all that stuff. The Tier 1 situation with the contact tracing within the individual program. They're not scheduled to play again until February 21st, which is Sunday versus Temple. As you said, you look like that thing's going to happen. When are they going to be able to get back in the gym, though, and practice?
Hopefully, they're still waiting on test results to come back. hopefully they should be back in the gym no later than Thursday of this week.
Okay.
At the very, very, very latest.
So Thursday is the very,
late.
very latest. So they'll actually have some time to get back in the gym because if you watch, Michigan, who they've had a very, very extensive layoff, they were they just looked rusty against Wisconsin in the first half. But, man, Michigan's so talented. They came back and won in the second half, shook off the rust, shook off the dust, and dominated. I don't know if the Tigers are quite as talented as that Michigan team to just be able to dust off the rust and go do what they did. But the way they were playing before this, tier 1 issue with COVID-19, they were playing some pretty dead-gum good basketball. What do you expect to see when they play Temple on February 21st?
I expect to see the same thing we did when they had that 17-day layoff over the Christmas break when they was off all those times for the previous thing. Remember when they first came back, they were actually playing well, and they've only lost one game since the calendar turn. So they were actually getting to where they needed to be. So hopefully, we don't know how the respiratory and everything's going to be, and we don't know exactly who was affected, because of HIPAA. We shouldn't know who was affected, but hopefully, they are able to, maintain and keep, hit that pace back. So good thing they got Temple coming up, which is not Wichita State, so that'll give them time to get their feet wet. And hopefully they can play Temple back-to-back in Memphis. So, and then before they have to travel to go to Houston or Wichita State.
I hope everything gets worked out. The season's scheduled to wrap up on the 7th, 3-7 in Houston, and then we'll have hopefully a tournament, and then Memphis wins that bad boy, gets the automatic bid, and we don't have to worry about anything. Now, you speak about how this team's been really good. I mean, they beat East Carolina, Central Florida twice, SMU, Wichita State. Their one loss came to SMU, which they also beat them and then lost to them. One here, lost there. This team's playing a lot different. They're playing a lot better. Who do you credit most with their turnaround, other than, of course, their coach?
Boogie. Believe it or not, Boogie. Boogie
if he
has
shoots
the ability when he shoots and he makes those shots, it opens that inside game up, and which allows Precious to do what he needs. I mean, not Precious, Williams and Nolly to do the things they need to do. And Nolly has been a beast. He's pretty much just said, look, I'm putting y'all on my back and I'm going there. He's not scoring 25, 30 points because he don't need to, because they have a real balanced team.
But he's getting 18 to 20 in the games that look really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
exactly
where I think the groove is for him, is getting, realistically about 16 to 20 points.
Exactly.
Have Boogie hitting a few, Alo setting up some assists, Musa blocking shots, Dre down low doing his thing. And then, of course, let's be honest, as much as we talk about his shorts, Lester Quinones is also been a dog for this team.
Defensively and offensively. Mm-hmm. Because other than the last game they played, they shut down every big scoring person coming in there. So, and the only reason they didn't shut him down because I think the refs allowed him to get off the way he did. They call, that's the one they called the 42 fouls in game. But I think if that team, if 4 people score in double digits, I don't think anyone in the conference can beat them.
Is anybody? Are we going to? I hate to say this. I don't give up on anybody, and I'm praying this young man gets everything going. But when we talk about this Tiger team, it was all DJ Jeffries. It was all DJ Jeffries. It was all DJ Jeffries. Again, are we looking at Landers, Nolly, DeAndre Williams, Alo to come up there with 10 points, 10 dimes like he had against East Carolina? Are we looking everywhere else right now for production except for with DJ?
With DJ, you want to get 8 boards from him and 10 to 12 points. You get 10 to 12 points from him and 8 boards. That's all you really need from him, because it's like a collab. You're not looking for him to just take you to the promised land. You just want him to be a cog in the wheel to get you going, because there's no superstar on this team, on that All-American level. But all these guys fit like a puzzle. If Alo's doing his 10 to 8 a game, if DJ doing his 10 to 8 or 10 to 10 a game, and if Landers doing his 15, and if Williams doing his 13 and 8, that's all you need to do. You have a well-oiled machine. Everyone's happy. No one's playing. They're not using the S word that they use a lot in the beginning of the season, because they're playing balanced basketball.
Somebody I haven't talked to you about in a long time, Damian Ball. What do you? I mean, I feel like he's got so much potential. It just doesn't. It doesn't seem like it's going to work with this team. He did play 17 minutes the last game. What do you see for him going forward?
He's a defensive gem. The stuff he does, it's not going to show up in the score sheet. He's going to force the turnovers. He's not going to get the turnovers.
Steals, yeah.
Right, he's going to do that. But a couple games ago, he actually came out and scored 15, 17 points because but he don't look to shoot. If you look at his shooting attempts at the end of the game, he may have 2 or 3. He doesn't look to shoot the ball. His thing is to lead this team defensively because he knows if he leads this team defensively, the offense will take care of itself.
I like it. Terry Davis, man, I appreciate your time more than you can imagine. I hope everybody out there is doing extremely well. What are you doing right now during Snowmageddon?
Cooking, eating, and working from home.
Man, so you know how to cook.
Yeah, I can burn, my brother. I can burn.
Follow Terry at TerryD515. Listening to him every single Monday, usually right here at 1:30. He was so kind to move back to 2 o'clock today. We were talking Tigers. Hopefully they get on the court. They play this Sunday against Temple. Everything gets right, and life gets good again. Terry, be good out there, my friend. Stay warm.
I'll be good. Be safe and drive carefully out there.
Hey, I ain't going Brad Kozlowski. I can promise you that. I ain't doing it.
So we have the UCF introduction of Gus Malzahn going on right now, and there's some gems out of it.
Oh.
There are some gems.
Do we have any audio?
Terry Mohajir, no, we don't have audio of it. But Terry Mohajir, who obviously is the new AD there, said this. He said he is going to call Gus Malzahn the best college football coach in the state of Florida. That came out of his mouth today. Also, he said if you have a national brand, you need to have a national brand coach.
Maybe
a little shade being thrown.
Dan Mullen is going to want to fight Gus
No.
that.
Well, this is Terry Mohajir. This is the AD saying this.
Doesn't matter. Dan's still going to want to fight Gus.
Well, that is that, I guess. And then also somebody asked Gus, who just got done coaching at Auburn, mind you. Just got done coaching at Auburn. Someone really asked him if he understood what kind of pressure cooker he was walking into at UCF. Understood the type of pressure that UCF fans put on their coach.
Dude playing the Iron Bowl.
The
Iron Bowl every single year.
The guy who just got fired by Auburn. They're asking if they know the pressures that come with the UCF job.
He should have answered like this. He's like, they paid me $20 million to bounce, right? I think I know what I left. I think I know what I'm getting into. By the way, hey, where's Mar-a-Lago? I'm going golfing.
So, yeah, check into these because there's some gems coming out of it. I like it because Terry Mohajir, their new AD, he's been on middays before. He's a very good interview, but he says what he thinks at all times. Obviously, just came from Arkansas
State. He didn't go Dan
State.
Campbell, did he?
No, I mean, not quite that far. He's not talking about biting off kneecaps. But he did say that he thinks he has the best coach in the state of Florida.
Now, I'll tell you one thing.
he went there.
Dan will fight for that. Do you know what Norvell will say? I got too much to deal with Dabo.
Yeah.
I ain't even paying any attention. I got Dabo to deal with.
Dabo's been coming after me. But also in the world of college football, Tennessee has made a DC hiring. Did you see this, Johnny?
No, I did not.
Tennessee has hired Tim Banks, who was the co-defensive coordinator for Penn State. He is now hired at Tennessee as the defensive coordinator. He actually spent some time at Memphis as well in 01 and 02 under Tommy West. Mm-hmm. Also has stops at Illinois, Cincinnati, and Central Michigan. So they have a new DC in Knoxville.
Hey, Tennessee, y'all got a new DC. His name is Banks. Central Florida got Gus Malzahn. Tennessee, you also lost this weekend to LSU by 13. I know it's rough out there for you. Don't worry about it. When life hands you really crummy oranges, go ahead and make an orange drop. Just make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. Tito's is simply the best. Why? Because it's the top 10 vodka in this world. That is not a joke. You can go anywhere. Google. We have the Google machine. Most people probably still have the internet, except for me. Don't even want to talk about that. But if you go to the Google machine, or if you talk to Alexa or Google or whatever, just be like, top 10 vodkas in the world. They're going to list Tito's handmade vodka. It's crafted right here in the United States. Tito Beverage came up with an unbelievable recipe. It's 100% corn, so it's naturally gluten-free. He uses a copper pot still method, which is a rare thing on the vodka scene. It gives it slightly sweet with a black pepper note flavor, balancing everything out, whether you're crafting a cocktail or you're drinking it neat. So you could be making a Cosmo, you can be making a lemon drop, you can just be making a martini. No matter what you're doing, make sure you're making whatever with Tito's handmade vodka, because it is simply the best. Coming up next, Pac-Man Jones, UFOs, marijuana, who knows? It's Hardwood. It's next on Sports 56 during Snowmageddon. It's 98.5, 96.1 FM.
Get your fill of sports for lunch every weekday on Sports 56 Middays with Greg and Eli. The latest sports talk, sought after guests, your calls and texts, prize giveaways, and more every weekday from 10 to 1 on Sports 56.
All 75 months at 3.04%. Mirage MH 02682, MSRP 16865, G4 MHF 01572, MSRP 18360, Outlander Sport MU 004915, MSRP 24740. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Ready, set, start your new year with a new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on Covington Pike. Get the hatchback hero in 2021 Mirage, $12,342 or $129 a month. 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $13,997 or $149 a month. And jumpstart your journey in 2021 Outlander Sport, $17,938 or $199 a month. And these are not leases. You own your new ride. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Whether it's football, basketball, baseball, golf, or real estate, having the winning coach makes all the difference in your success. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors, and I'm with Coach Terry Tippett, winner of 6 state basketball championships. Coach, what's been the secret to your and your team's successes?
Sheldon, there's no one secret. It becomes a pattern of success after coaching for so many years and learning the ins and outs of the game and the players. A lot like the pattern of your success in selling homes.
Thanks, Coach. Like you and your program, I developed my highly successful strategic marketing program with the Shellbucks option, and I also tried to use it in my golf game.
Sheldon, tried is the optimum word. You better stick to selling homes, as you're always hitting holes in one at that instead of double bogeys.
Thanks a lot. And if anyone is thinking of selling their home, make sure and talk to 2 to 3 coaches. I mean real estate brokers. Let me be one of them. You can reach me at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. That's 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com and be a winner.
You know what sounds good? Fresh sandwiches and salads, homemade soups and desserts. And you know where to find all this delicious food? Paradise Cafe at Poplar and Ridgeway in the Regalia Shopping Center. The name says it all. Paradise Cafe makes their food fresh. Salads, sandwiches, cookies, and brownies. Hand-selected fruit, pimento cheese, even 4 kinds of chicken salad. The homemade soups change daily. They're said to be the best in the city. Try the signature turkey burger on ciabatta or shrimp salad on a croissant. Then top it off with a low-fat shake. Paradise Cafe has 11 kinds. Paradise Cafe, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 to 2:30. Observing current social distancing guidelines with patio seating. Curbside pickup and delivery are also available. Fresh and homemade for you. That's Paradise Cafe in the heart of East Memphis at Poplar and Ridgeway inside the Regalia Shopping Center. You know what sounds good? Paradise Cafe.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Yo, 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 welcome into Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your good buddy, Johnny Radio. You know, my good buddy, Gabe Kuhn. We're chilling here warm while Snowmageddon 2021 is going on in the Mid-South right now. Got a text from, like, a lot of people. This isn't funny. I'm snuck, too. And then my buddy, Mike, just texted me. He's like, bro, I'm stuck, but at least I got you, man. Hopefully they'll come get me before I freeze. Hopefully they'll come get you before this battery dies. Then hopefully I'll get off work
What we
and I
need
can
to
come get
do,
you.
we need to get the security
The
film
footage out front.
from out front of Flynn Broadcasting for the past hour. It has been hilarious.
It really has. This is definitely southern people in snow, and it's pretty funny.
Have you ever heard of a snow shovel?
I didn't until today. I
You
thought
didn't
there was
know-
a shovel.
You didn't know that there was a special shovel specifically for snow.
That just sounds like a really crummy job.
Well, it's not a fun job. I will say that.
But why does a shovel have to be made?
You ever seen a
specific-
snow blower?
No, I got a blower at home though. I really do. I really do have a blower at home. I'm talking about.
Wait, don't you work at like you live in a condo, don't you?
Oh, I mean, I'm talking about I used to way back in the day, and then I got divorced. I don't live in my house, but I used to
You
own
still
a
have a
blower.
oh, okay.
I probably like in storage.
You don't need a blower for a condo.
I know, I definitely don't.
I think you're all right.
Tell you one thing. Never mind. I'm going to change the subject completely because we got to talk about the UFC. We got Kamaru Usman. We got Pac-Man Jones. Gabe, do you know what a silversmith is?
I do. As of today, I do.
Yes. Can we?
I learned today.
Can we play you, the granddaughter of the silversmith? This granddaughter, her grandfather, believe it or not, made the first Lombardi Trophy. How did she feel about Tom Brady tossing that junt to Cameron Brake?
And it takes a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of hours go into it. It just really upset me that this trophy was disgraced and disrespected by being thrown as if it was a real football. I didn't sleep for the past 2 nights because of this. I was that upset because I know the passion that goes into this trophy and how my dad and all his fellow silversmiths are so proud to make this. I personally would like an apology, not just to me and my family and the other silversmiths, but to the fans.
Dude, she keeps talking like about silversmiths, like all of a sudden Forged in Fire is going to be the #1 show on the networks. Like, this is just crazy. It's time to go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
I think the part of that gets me the most is when she goes, I think I deserve an apology. Not just for me. Like, are you?
She's not a silversmith.
Yeah, what do you need an apology for?
By the way, did her grandfather make every single one of the Lombardi trophies or something? No, Tiffany's makes them now, so chillax.
And also, she did say they threw it like an actual football. No,
he threw it underhanded it.
Yeah.
I just wish now it sunk so I could watch her stay up for 2 weeks and then really tweak
She
out
really
during
said
her,
that she stayed up for
2
2 days.
Dude, that's called yayo, okay?
That was not because they threw the Lombardi Trophy.
Or Adderall or something illegal or
No.
legal. I don't know. It's something. But anyway, crazy stuff in this world. Speaking of crazy, are you ready for this one, Gabe?
Of course.
Oh, I don't even know how to do this. Johnny Manziel, you made fun of me because
fan-controlled football.
The FCF League, fan-controlled football.
I actually have a buddy who plays in it. You want me to get him on the show? Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He plays D-line. They only
Yes.
get this. They have 1 O lineman and 1 D lineman, and they have 2 tight ends.
Yes,
who line up
7-on-7, baby.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. But do you know how bad things have gotten for the former 2012 Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Manziel?
How bad?
On the very first play, he scrambled for 38 yards. After that play, he never got anything farther than an 11-yard pass. He was 1 for 5. They lost 48-44 to the Beast. Now, do you know what he said? He said, the product will keep getting better as the weeks go on. Good start even with the loss. You know, win or lose, we booze on the Zappers.
He said that?
I swear to God, that's
That was
his
a
quote.
post-game comment.
That's his. I got it right here.
Win or lose, we booze.
Hey,
that was his post-game comment.
Good start even with the loss, you know. Win or lose, we booze on the Zappers. Bro's up, bro. Bro. Is he the ultimate bro now?
Yes, he always has been, though.
Dude, how many commercials? Remember the Bud Light commercials that they used to do? What's up?
I can't get over. He really said, "Win or lose, we booze."
That's his.
He used that type of cliche after his first fan-controlled football game.
Walking off the field, he was asked, and I'll give you the entire quote. The lady said, "You look very long-winded. How did you feel about the first FCF game?" Oh, we're having a blast. This league is fun, and everybody that's here is having a good time, so we'll keep getting better. The product will keep getting better as the weeks go on. Good start. Even with the loss, you know, win or lose, we booze on the Zappers. And that was right into the camera, bro. Johnny Manziel with that grin.
So you watched some of the highlights, huh?
Dude, of course I did.
Like
I'm you just
you're a hardcore nerd for that. I can't.
That's what you said. You're like me and Gas.
I am over it. I'm over trying to watch Johnny Manziel play football. I don't know how you're still.
How old were you in 2012? Maybe that's why.
What do you mean?
Because you just don't remember. You were playing.
Well, of course I remember. What are you talking about?
I know. I'm just being a jerk.
But no, I'm tired of trying to save the Johnny Manziel experience. Everyone still wants it. Everyone still is holding on to hope that he'll one day be a good football player again.
Well,
it ain't gonna happen.
I will have to say, I don't think that's gonna happen. Now, speaking of somebody who's good at something that they don't do or should not do, if you do it in an octagon, you can make millions of dollars. When you do it in airports, strip clubs, bars, casinos. And by the way, all 4 of these places he has been arrested at recently for beating the brakes off of somebody. Who am I talking about? None other than Adam Pac-Man Jones. My man played a long time in the NFL. You know that? He played 14 years. Dude was a baller. Came out, was a great Tennessee Titan. I mean, dude, let's just be real. He was a football player. I will tell you, though, he does not mince words with anybody. Because guess what happened last night? In the wee hours of Monday morning when Snowmageddon was starting here in the Mid-South, Adam Pac-Man Jones at 1:54 a.m. was being booked into the Easton Hamilton County, Ohio Corrections Facility. And he was not very happy. In fact, his exact words to the police officer were, "Yo, cops, you can blank me." Well, fill that one in however you want, but I don't think we have to use an imagination. He also said, speaking of snowblowers, other things like that, he said all kinds of outlandish things that you would say if you had to deal with Snowmageddon in 2021, but he said it to a police officer's face. This is after he knocked a dude out and beat him so bad that he has broken bones and was out unconscious for minutes on the ground. The only good thing I can say about this, at least this time it was a bouncer. Because, last time he just beat up like 3 normal guys in the airport. Like, let me just tell you something. The bouncer at least had a chance.
I'm sorry, there's no at least about this.
Can I just tell you
He knocked a person unconscious. There's no silver linings in this. You can't do that.
Who do you feel more sorry for? The poor person that accused him of cheating in the Indiana casino and got his brains beat out. And this was just a guy who was working at the casino. He's like, "I'm sorry, sir. That's cheating." And he just stands up and just starts beating a casino worker. Or what about the 3 dudes at the airport? Have you seen the airport battle? He knocks 3 dudes out. And these you can tell are just normal dudes. One of them's wearing an orange vest because he's used to pushing chairs and dusting the cleaning tables. All of a sudden he's getting his butt whipped by Adam Pac-Man Jones. Do you think Pac-Man just thinks they're those little bitty things and he's just eating, going around beating people's face? Or what do you think about the fact, remember his situation at the strip club? Did not end, this ended a lot worse. But again, nobody's paralyzed, nobody died, and he was a bouncer. So technically, if you're a bouncer, aren't you at least, that kind of goes with the turf? But you don't want to run into Kamar Usman or Pac-Man Jones.
As I say, Pac-Man can fight, clearly. He likes to do it.
He's very good at it, by the way.
So even if you're a bouncer, that would be a close one.
If you're a bouncer, do me a favor.
Don't want to get into it with Adam Pac-Man Jones.
If you're a bouncer, don't go say a damn thing to Pac-Man Jones. Period. And by the way, he was just basically asked to leave. But anyway, did you have something before I get to this next one? Because this one's...
No, sir. Go ahead.
All right, going back to fighting. Do you know who the biggest fighter in UFC has ever been? Stefan Struman. He's 7 feet tall. He's done really well. He's known as the Skyscraper. He's been fighting in the UFC since 2009.
Fought pretty recently,
He beat Stipe Isn't that his name?
Yeah, Stipe Miocic.
Dude, look at you. You're like a UFC guru. Man.
Not so much. I just
Well,
know names.
I do Stipe. I didn't know the other part of it. But anyway, homie has to retire. Guess why? He's from the Netherlands. He has a viral infection. That's all I can tell you. It's now gone. His viral infection has now damaged his vestibular system, and it's caused hearing in his right ear to be lost. So when he trains, he gets vertigo. Again, we don't know what virus caused this, but he is from the Netherlands, and he's 7 feet tall. I feel bad for him.
I do too. I mean, he just recently fought too.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
some months
huge.
ago. It was October 24th in 2020. He fought. Got knocked out in the first round.
67129. Who do you know? Mason Rudolph or Genie Bouchard, and who's more famous and why? 67129. I'll answer that question in a minute because they did a Valentine's thing, and I'm going to go back to this in a minute. If you're Mason Rudolph, do you need, or if you're Genie Bouchard, and if anybody knows who they are, do you need to go on IG and make your engagement or your relationship official? I thought that's something that a Jenner did. Did you see the real announcement on Valentine's Day?
What was the real announcement?
Oh my gosh. Do you know who Devin Booker is?
Yes. Phoenix Suns.
Oh, yes.
Been playing very well lately, too, by the way.
Dude, he dropped 36 on Ben Simmons' head the
You know
other
the
night.
Suns are 9-1 in their last 10, too.
By the way, Devin Booker dropped 36 on Ben Simmons' head right after stealing his girlfriend. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Ben Simmons? You want? Hey, guess what? I just stole your girlfriend. And then I'm going to drop 36 all over your head, man. Dude, I bet there was some smack talking going out there. Ben Simmons is like, yeah, I'm 6'9". I'm about to take the... No, dude. Not what I heard. Woo-wee! So Kendall Jenner posted a photo with Devin Booker on Valentine's Day, and they made it official. They're a couple. But how cool is it? What's cooler? Ben Simmons getting 36 dropped on his head after his girlfriend gets stolen on Valentine's Day? Or is it more funny seeing Mason Rudolph with his dad bod and them go on IG and announce their relationship and people be going like, who's Mason Rudolph? Oh, Genie Bouchard's boyfriend.
Are these engagement announcements or just saying we're in a relationship?
This is just relationships.
Times have changed, haven't they, with social media?
Because you know why?
My gosh.
I think the cell phone has messed everybody up.
Everybody wants outside attention and outside affirmation of their relationships. Why do we do this? Like, what's the point?
You know what? I really don't know, to be honest with you.
Oh my gosh.
But it was a very cute photo of
very, very cute.
The Jenner and Devin Booker. Kendall Jenner. By the way, dude.
Genie Bouchard, the Mason Rudolph's girlfriend. She's a tennis player.
That's where I was getting ready to say.
Right?
Most people yesterday, when they announced it, they said, so Genie Bouchard's dating her pool boy? I'm sorry, dude. Nobody knows who Mason Rudolph is unless you went to Oklahoma State. You know what I mean? Or if you happen to catch
If you're a Myles Garrett
I was gonna
fan.
say, or if you happen to catch Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph and them scrap during a game he got in. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, I laughed so hard when Genie Bouchard and Mason Rudolph announced on his IG that it's official. His Valentine is Genie Bouchard, and he's in love and blah, blah, blah. And by the way, for some reason, if you were going to announce that you were in a relationship with somebody, would you put 13 pictures of her in a bikini on your Instagram as well?
Probably not.
Can I just tell you something? I have an Instagram account. I love Honey. I think she's beautiful. But I ain't going to be like shopping her around. Like, what are you doing? Why did you announce it and then attach 13 photos of her in a bikini? Dude, that is
kind of tacky
so,
to
that's creepy, bro.
It's kind of tacky to show off in that way. You
Look
know
at
what I
my
mean?
hot girlfriend.
Yeah, it's tacky, man.
Do you think that's why so many people kept going, who is Mason Rudolph?
I don't know.
My favorite one though is, are you dating your pool boy? I think that's just great. Now, we have to talk about this very important thing. Is Steph Curry so important that if his wife, if Ayesha Curry slices her hand on Valentine's Day, is that national news? Is that the world we live in today? She sliced her hand on a bottle of champagne.
How bad?
Celebrate. She had to get 4 stitches.
Oh. I guess it's news.
It's not Steph Curry's hand.
I guess it's news.
It was.
She's a celebrity too, man. She's got cooking shows.
Oh,
People
really?
want to know about Aisha. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No. She's a celebrity too. She's done well for herself.
Dude, well,
been
I
on
gotta tell you
Food
one
Network,
thing.
everything else.
I did not know that, but I got to say one thing. You know how a lot of people out there call Michael Jordan the GOAT? We've had a lot of GOAT talk with Tom Brady. We've had people talking about LeBron James. We've had a ton of GOAT talk. But do you know who the GOAT is right now? Salute to Michael Jordan, bro. $10 million. You know what he's doing? He's opening 2 clinics right now. He says that he wants to do a serious response. He wants to get 45,000 patients, COVID-19 vaccinations. He wants to open up another 1,000 beds or whatever. Jordan is donating $10 million to 2 clinics that are in much need of service, and it's for the uninsured or underinsured people from his hometown. How cool is that for Michael Jordan?
That's very, very good. He's been very, very nice with his money in the past year.
Dude, by the way, him dropping $10 million to open up some hospitals to help out some people, bro, I hate to say this, I think he's bet $10 million on a hand of blackjack before. You know what I'm saying? So, it is very, very cool, but he's got it.
But he's been gracious.
He's been very gracious.
Call it what it is.
But I just wanted to know, did you know that he had a car in the Daytona 500?
He did. It's Bubba Wallace's.
Do you know what the number is on the car?
23.
Dude, are you reading my mind over here? How did you know that?
Sort of public information. I follow sports too.
Oh, you just make fun
I read the news.
You just make fun of my stories.
No, what do you mean?
The Kendall Jenner, the Johnny Manziel, the Kardashian car
Talking
wreck.
about the things you were making fun of too?
Yes. But anyway, I got to take a quick break. I got one more segment before we hand this bad boy off to Wolo and Stats. But before I do, I want to remind you this. You need to sell your house. Oh, yes, I got somebody for you right now who's sitting around chilling, waiting to buy it up, guaranteed to close in 5 days, even snow days during Snowmageddon. You don't have to do any repair. You don't have to do any fixing. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at iBuyHouses. Bing, bang, boom. I just sold your house. Literally as easy as that. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. If your house has been on the market for a couple months, why? If you're just ready to move on down to sunny Florida because Snowmageddon is moving you on out, 901-406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at iBuyHouses, and you will be so happy because I will have just sold your house. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies. We will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five-Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
The President's Day event is in full swing at Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat on the Pike. And we're celebrating with 2020 Dodge Journey SE $19,990 or $249 a month. Or pump up your attitude with a 2021 Jeep Cherokee Latitude $21,740 or $277 a month. Or take your pick 2020 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Tradesman or 2021 Dodge Challenger XST $339 a month. It's your choice, Ram 1500 or Challenger. We Gossett at $339 a month. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat 1901 Covington Pike or shop online GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost finance through Chrysler, all 3,500 cash down, 75 months at 4.19 APR. Journey LT 296,053, MSRP 26,860. Latitude MD 168,760, MSRP 27,805. 1500 LS 156,730, MSRP 35,185. Challenger MH 581,58, MSRP 31,160. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax on a license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 3/1/21. Dealer stock only.
It's time, Memphis. Tune into Fox Sports Southeast and watch your next-gen Grizzlies tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. when they take on the New Orleans Pelicans, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Check out Grizzlies.com for more information.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your good buddy Johnny Radio. Gabe Coon's in the house with me. We're going to pass off the snow shovel to Dave Woloshin, Brett Norsworthy, and Drew Barrett. Still part of our morning crew is out front trying to get out. They're now waiting on a tow truck. Snowmageddon 2021 is here. Now, do you know that there's some people right now on the old Twitter that were pretty excited, even though we're in the middle of Snowmageddon, and it's people from Nashville. And no, it has nothing to do with the dog Lulu. Thanks a lot, 67129. You didn't help me out. I want to adopt Lulu, who just got $5 million from her owner. But did you see all these people tweeting that they think J.J. Watt is going to be a Tennessee Titan? Do you think John McClain from the Houston Chronicle pointing out the Titans him coming out there and writing that the Titans right now are the number one candidate to land J.J. Watt, is that pushing it really far? Because the betting favorite I still look at has the Steelers number 1, the Packers number 2, has the Titans actually number 4. What do you think about the Houston Chronicle? And John McClain is not the dude from Die Hard. He's a writer for the Houston Chronicle.
I know you were disappointed to hear that.
I thought for sure. Yippee-ki-yay. But no, he's the writer. But he did make a bunch of good points.
No, I don't doubt that the Titans are in the running. I think there's a lot of people in the running, but favorite? Really? Are we thinking that?
Says that the Amy Adams gave $1 million to J.J. Watt's Hurricane Harvey Relief Fund. They're very, very close. Vrabel and Watt have a great relationship. The whole scheme thing works great for J.J. Watt. In fact, it would be the best fit for him.
And they need
a pass rusher bad.
But I don't know if he's pass rush material at this point in his career. I don't know if he's a guy that can go get you double-digit sacks in a year.
Is giving $1 million to your hurricane relief fund, is that enough reason for you to go sign when you're trying to be a champion? Now, Derrick Henry.
It creates a good relationship to begin with.
Like, dude, I look at that offense, and I ain't going to lie to you. That offense looks really, really good. Let's be real. Ryan Tannehill looks great for the Tennessee Titans. A.J. Brown has become one of the best wide receivers. I love him, and you got King Henry in the back. Grab J.J. Watt. Ensure that defense gets a little bit better. Go hang out with the Adams family. They like you. You like them. You and Coach Rabel can drink a couple beers together. I don't know, but I think it actually might work.
Absolutely. I think they're in the running, like I said, but I'm not sure that they're the favorite.
I ain't betting on it, I'll tell you that much.
Also, out of the NBA, this is not bad news for the Grizzlies, thank God. But it is bad news for the NBA. The Pistons-Spurs tomorrow has been postponed because there is a positive test within the Spurs team.
Well, Greg Popovich has been doing a great coaching job this year, I'll tell you that much. Wowzers, and more wowzers. Can't believe my time has come and gone. Gabe Kuhn, got one other thing to say real quick. Did you see this? This is a real, is the New York Post considered real?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what the New York Post dropped?
Let me know.
Pentagon admits to testing wreckage from a UFO. Oh, yeah. What is it called? Freedom of Information Act? What do we call that? Don't we have like a little hashtag for it?
FOIA. You mean an abbreviation?
Yeah. Whatever.
FOIA.
FOIA. I just wanted you to know I did a FOIA. They have released a bunch of stuff to Pentagon, and this is from the New York Post. So you said it's real because it's from the Post. Now, there's been some crazy articles from the Post, okay? Let's just be honest. That's why I kind of prefaced and asked you that. But they said, yeah, we got UFOs. And Johnny Manziel, even win or lose, he says they booze. I got to get out of here. Enjoy Snowmageddon 2021. Wolo and Stats are next. For Gabe, I'm John. Get out there. Make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace.